and her eyes were steady and clear, and she was not crying. Daniel said my name. The way he said it had a quality that I had not heard before. Not anger, not the smooth performance. Something that was closer to an appeal. I let it land too. Stephanie had gone very still near the bar. The champagne-colored blouse, the practiced ease. She was looking at the middle distance with the expression of someone recalculating their entire position in real time, which I found, genuinely, understandable. She had not made vows to me. She was not the architecture of my grief. I had not come there for her. I said, I hope everyone enjoys the evening. I thanked the restaurant, I picked up my bag, and I walked out. Renata caught up with me in the parking lot. She did not say anything. She just walked next to me to my car, and when I got to it, I stood there for a moment with my keys in my hand, and I took a breath that was longer and deeper than anything I had breathed in 6 weeks, and I let it out slowly. She put one hand on my arm. I said, okay. She said, okay. That was the whole conversation. What followed was, in the procedural sense, a process. It was not clean or fast. Nothing in family law is. What I can tell you is what the record shows. Patricia filed the petition that morning, as scheduled, with full documentation attached. The credit card statements were there, the hotel charges, the timeline. Daniel retained an attorney within the week. Wisconsin's community property framework meant the house was divided on the basis of equitable interest. The mortgage had been carried jointly for 9 years, and the improvement investment, the 3 years of weekend work, the materials we had bought at the lumber supply in Neenah and hauled home in our truck, was documented in the receipts I had kept in a home folder since we started, because I am my mother's daughter, and my mother kept every receipt. The house sold 14 months later. My share of the equity was enough to put a down payment on a smaller house in a neighborhood I liked, with a yard that backs up to a creek that freezes in January and makes a sound in March when it starts to move again that I find unreasonably comforting. The retirement accounts were split per the marital asset calculation. The joint savings were divided. Daniel moved into Riverton Commons, which I noted closed escrow about 6 weeks after the party, meaning he had been further along in that planning than even I had understood. I filed that away somewhere interior and let it complete its process there. My mother called the Monday after the party, as she always calls on Sunday, but had waited 1 extra day this time, I think out of respect for whatever I might need the day immediately after to be. She said she was proud of me. She said she had known, from the moment I nodded at her across the room, that I had a handle on it. She said, and I am going to give you this exactly. She said that her mother always told her that a woman who keeps her composure in a hard room is a woman who has done her work beforehand. She said she had watched me do that all my life. I held the phone for a moment without saying anything. Then I said, the dress looked good, Mom. She laughed. It was a real laugh, the kind that starts in her chest and doesn't apologize for itself, which is where I learned that laugh, which is where I learned everything I know about how to survive something without becoming smaller than you were before it. 3 things I took from this. First, document before you act. Whatever you are seeing, before you do anything else, write it down, date it, photograph it, preserve it. Not because you are planning something, because you deserve a record of what actually happened, and because whoever comes later, an attorney, a judge, yourself at 3 in the morning, will need it.